To be amazed.
Time for more mail reading.
It's
dawn.
And
And the ashes falling out from the sky here on David's
I
watch.
wasn't talented.
And I'm here
After
right
3
in front
months
of the
training,
alchemy station,
I
so
lived like a candle.
You wouldn't have.
I know.
The Mages Guild is all dust and rules.
It's an enchanting materials that I'm looking at. Let me read from in here. Esteemed employer, this is Abnab. Ignore my brother's previous letter. I know. Were I in your position, I would appreciate being kept abreast of all goings on regarding my employees. Thus,
Oh
I
my,
provide detailed
that's
reports to my
pleasant.
correspondence along with the components and will continue to do so. Esteemed employer, behold the latest shipment. All goes well, though terrible dreams plague me of late. Wherein my surroundings are surrounded in mist and beasts, dozens, perhaps hundreds of them, scuttle in the space just beyond my vision, hungering to devour me. The dream is relentless, and is the same every night. No more Krama eggs before sleep. Components on their way to you, esteemed employer. However, my unpleasant dreams continue. I've come to remember that they began when I slew a strange creature in an alien ruin. It wielded a massive axe, but I was quicker, and his body dissolved before my eyes as I clove it in two. Perhaps it did not truly die. Perhaps it remains near me. Oh, that sounds frightening. Our work continues unhindered.
That's not right.
Though my... It's been interrupted. Our work continues unhindered. Though my unpleasant dreams persist. I experienced a different one tonight. A man who identified himself as the Harvester offered me great power if I would kill a captive of his. He would trade my sword for a crushing bludgeon that would drink the souls of my enemies. Dad, break me before I could answer. This sounds like a bad thing. Say yes to that one.
Not the effect I was looking for.
Not the effect I was looking for. That look here in the troublesome, eh? I dreamed the dream again. A being called the Harvester offered me power in exchange for the murder of a man. That would-be victim, trapped in a claw-like cage, kneeled before me. When I refused... Excellent! I felt the
Oh
Harvester
my,
bristle,
that's pleasant.
and I woke. As Dab said, I had left our cave for parts unknown during the night. I have never been a sleepwalker. As Dab writes you to please forgive the recent ravings of my brother. He has been odd since his encounter with the creature in the alien ruin. A dumber mage we met in travel spoke in a broken accent that it must have been a minion of the corner of the House of Troubles, whose death attracted the coroner's attention. I nodded as if I understood. As always, components of the highest quality for you, esteemed employer. They come all the sweet of the fact that my brother and I slew a lich for them. Chased us out of the cave where we found it, and half the length of the nearby stream before we realised our swords could cut it. Reduce it to lifeless bone meal relatively quickly.
That's not right.
Good to hear. Not what she said, of course. Esteemed employer, you are of few people more worldly than I. Do you believe the legend of the sword saints of Yakuda? That they were caretakers of ancient sword techniques capable of rivaling the heretical power of Eastern magic. To me, they are metaphors for the importance of sword skill, not beings with powers greater than any other swordsman. I don't know. Esteemed employer, my brother and I stumbled upon a coven of witches this day, and there are few things I despise more. I don't know where witches derive their supernatural abilities, but they are
Not the
abhorrent.
effect I was
Luckily,
looking for.
these seem to be asleep. My brother and I stripped the cave of resources and slipped away. Enjoy. Is that all the resources in the cave? 2 pieces? Esteemed employer, scholars may call me ignorant all they wish, but if the sword saints of Yakuta, called Ensai by those of greater intelligent culture than I, could produce blades formed from nothing but spirit, then why in oblivion would they carry steel of any kind?
Pleasant.
Preposterous. Isdeb and I nearly came to fisticuffs over it. No, maybe it's the spirit steel. Esteemed employer, I have sent you a package. It is full of components, full of the components of your dreams. Once again, I've sweat and fought and bled for them. Have you ever considered doing the same for me? I'm not bitter, but I can see through everything. And I do mean everything. Like it's made of glass. Not malachite glass, looking glass. It's terrifying. Well, you don't have to see through me. Is this how catfolk see the world? Like looking through a bent mirror? Another package full of things my brother and I collect. I hope you received them intact. I can see straight through the container. At least I believe that is what's happening. Brother Esdab has been agitated with me of late. Are you agitated with me as well? Not in the slightest. Abnab, you are very good at your job. Ecstatic employer, I'm writing to you from atop a hill of my own filth, but I didn't let that get in the way of work. Shipment is of the quality you are accustomed. My life has taken an interesting turn of late. I don't even remember being so free. I wonder if this is how a cliff racer feels. Flying in the sky, as they do, so high. Out of there. Honoured employer, I, Esdab, brother of Abnab, apologise for my brother's recent correspondence. The usual shipment is included with this letter. Abnab is a light drinker, and only after he sent the last package he stopped to drunkenly mention that he has been writing to tell you of his stupor. Hope you'll remain in business with us. Yep, will do. My friend, my brother has already apologised for my recent letters, but he does not know the entire tale. I was addicted to Skolma. Some time ago I met a Khajiit who was eager to part with his wares. He offered moon sugar at bargain price. Unfortunately, it was in a more processed form. I hope we can continue to do business.
That's not right.
Full Abnab. And Skolma. Another shipment for you, esteemed employer. You must tire of this, but allow me to apologise again for my Skoma penned letters. I hope, though you must think less of me, that you feel you can rely on me as your premier source for enchanting components. My ancestors will be ashamed of me, just as I am of myself. I'm glad I found my calling as an enchantment specialist. I could not work in another field. I happened upon a professional chef in our travels this week, and that Dunma gourmet gave me a look of disgust that made me want to disappear. I was eating a gourmet egg, lightly seasoned with moon salt. My momentary Skoma addiction led to a craving. Oh dear, dear, dear. May these components of value. I continue to be surprised by the intolerance of my people against the enchanting I perform. There are magical elements to enchanting, but nothing so heretical as summoning a lich or absorbing another creature's essence. Enchanting is quantifiable, understandable. Given the chance, even Redguard can be strange.
Not the effect I was looking for.
Is she doing the same experiment again? It's getting the same wrong effect. Her in the background, I mean, of course. Esteemed employer, there are 100 reasons why one should never step foot into the home of a mage who is widely known as mad. However, one fantastic reason to do so is that mages are a great source of enchanting components, especially when you have taken leave of their cave. Enjoy your components. Oh,
Oh my, that's pleasant.
anything from a med. Blacksmith, Charter, that one. Esteemed employer, I've never trusted Eastern magic, but I have never truly been menaced by it. Until now, this past week. The Mad Mage whose home I visited without permission decided to visit mine. That does not sound good. His dad was asleep and saw nothing. I thought it was the end, but the mage simply stood in my chambers, staring. Oh. Esteemed employer, it has been some time since I invaded the home of that mad mage to pilfer some crafting opponents for you. The mage has taken a visit to my home in the evenings, so now he gains entry. Though how he gains entry, I don't know. Every night he stands next to my bed watching. Brother Isdab doesn't believe me, but Brother Isdab never sees him. Oh dear. And you know what? I'm going to leave it here on this cliffhanger. Because I have read this whole lot in sitting, 11 minutes worth. And that was cool.
That's
Difficult
not right.
to know how long things are going to take. Because, you know, I do like to keep 12-minute videos. And generally when I read... Still a bit of there, you can just see the sun's trying to come in through the trees there, even though the shadow looks like it don't ought to be up there. Right, it's there. Yeah, stupid thing. Anyway, here we go. That's it.
What do you know
12
about
minutes
the
of reading
Dark Elf Ashlanders?
Abnab's and his brothers.
Not much.
Ales,
They keep
Licking
to
and
themselves.
chanting.
I think they
perhaps.
worship Daedra.
So,
I heard they don't live
that's
in
it for this
town
video.
because
Be
the
well.
Dark Elf houses hate them.